Hi, welcome back to Matt's channel. So today I've got a review of a small sized action cam. Now obviously there's alternatives. There's this thing, other brands and many other brands, and then you got GoPro. Now I used to have a GoPro Hero 4 which was good, sold it off for 150 quid. As good as it was, it just had plenty of wear and tear and the typical USB jack problem on it and charging problems and this, that and everything on the GoPro. So I said to myself, I'll go and buy a cheap action camera. Now I've got a Crosstour camera, says 4K. Technically it is. So it's action camera and the model number is CT9000. Awesome number. Now 4K Ultra HD 170 degrees angle, wide angle, 2-inch LCD, not touchscreen, just keep in mind, and 120 minutes runtime with its battery. Obviously, having in mind 4K, and it has Wi-Fi, so basically you can connect it to mobile phones and stuff like that. On the back of the box it has a description thing here, so we got the model number, the resolutions, 4K at 25 frames per second, 2.7K at 30 frames, and then 1080p at either 30 or 60 frames per second. It takes pictures at 16, 12, 8, 5 and 4 megapixel. Support class 10 TF card up to 32 gigabytes, so don't bother going past 32 gigabyte with memory. Rechargeable 3.7 volt 1050 milliamp battery. Weight with battery 2.24 ounces. Dimensions 59 by 41 by 25. Now, having in mind, let's have a look in the accessory box. Now the accessory box on this box, and I will point out, this isn't an unboxing, this is just a quick review. Now obviously reviews, you test it first. So it's not an unboxing. As you can imagine, I got it scattered here, then everywhere inside the box. But there is a lot in the box, and I'll just to point it out, normal price of this is £48. I had a Amazon deal, so I got it for 33. A 4K action cam for £33. Now even if it was only 1080p, it's not a bad price. So action cam itself is a typical thing, so if you've seen a GoPro you know roughly what you're getting. So let's start off. Front mode button, very familiar, it says what it is and brand on it. This side it has two buttons up and down for menus and stuff. It has a small speaker which I have a distinct feeling also acts as the microphone. The top we have one LED indicator and an OK button, which also is the record and picture and you name it. On the bottom, battery compartment, and it is well hidden as such. And then on the other side you have the memory card, my TF card, a mini HDMI and a USB. The USB-B I believe, it's nothing fancy like seasoned stuff. Batteries, this kit came with two. This, if you've seen a GoPro battery, you know roughly what it is, 3.7 volt, 1500 milliamps, typical thing, don't chuck it in fire and stuff. We'll get more to the camera, we'll just go through the accessories. This thing, which you know, you can work with many things. This one here, which fits onto a bike nicely, whichever way you decide to have your handlebars, whether you have it like that, or whether you have in the mid one and then you kind of have this piece to straighten the direction or not straighten it. You got a lot of options on that one. I will also point out I have got some mountings on two things I'll show you. You have another one of these here, and you have this one here, which itself has a mount, and this one here has the thread for tripods and stuff, so you can put on that. But bizarrely enough, you have this one here, so you can put the two together. Yeah, you know what I mean. You have this here, which quite looks like a belt buckle. I'm not 100% sure what that attaches to, but it also has a crocodile clamp with quite a lot of painful force. Yeah, I just don't see how that attaches. It has another one. It has another back panel, but this one here has holes in it, and I can only assume it's so you can have the thing strapped onto you while you're going somewhere, or you just don't take the film off and you still use it like a spare back panel in case it's scratched it up. This one here has 2 mounts on it for the tripod mounts, so you clip the camera in, like that, so it locks in place, and you can have that on your bike or handle free and stuff like that. Basically it's where the thing's not in a plastic box, where the audio can actually get to it better. Don't get me wrong, the sound quality of this one, even inside the waterproof casing, which I'll show you in a second, it's not actually that bad. It's not that bad actually. There is multiple Velcro straps. There is another 2 over here, I'll show you. There is a bag of extra sticky pads, zip ties for some reason, cleaning cloth, and a metal loop thing. There's another one of these. Now this, I'll show you in a second, it's mounted onto brackets. Now, last thing, and I do believe, I wish GoPros had these, unless of course I've missed it and never saw it. This here is a remote function, so you can have this here Velcro strapped to your arm, and if you got it on your helmet or something like that, you can take either picture or set for video record. 2 buttons, 2 indicator LEDs. And then there is a manual lying around somewhere. Yep, manual, typical manual. Tells you about the download page for, the download of the app for the wireless function, blah this, blah that. Basically, if you've ever owned an action cam or ever haven't owned an action cam, it's not too complicated. Getting to the menus themselves is up and down. You know, it's easy enough. And this here is this, thank you for buying our product. Yes, there's that. So, that's that lots of stuff. So, example 1. Obviously, well, example 1 was you use this here and you mount the camera box onto here. Whether you use, as an example, where is it? There. You could use that weird thing with the screw attachment, screw it onto this here, on there, like so. In some kind of fashion where it's straight, and you can have it on that. i.e. bicycle mount. If it's not a rainy day, you can have full audio. Or if you want to be a cyclist and you got a helmet, well, if you're going to be a helmet, use all that, you can use this. Now, see the ones which look like small little buckles? Surprise enough, it is as simple as, I say it's as simple as that. Might help if I put it the right way around. And you lock it in place like that. So you can tighten it up and readjust angles, blah this, blah that, and kind of get the idea. So I got it Velcro strapped inside a bicycle helmet. Kit does give you all those pieces for that. Next alternative, and I do believe some of the viewers from my channel will have seen my remote control vehicle once before. And yes, I still have it, it's still alive, it's still surviving the bashes here and everywhere. But here is the waterproof box. Yes, the vehicle is dirty as, and yes, this was not dirty when I put this on here. I took the remote control out with 2 kids over the weekend, and you can tell with the camera we have literally gone through the mud and dirt. I has also got a video section I might stick onto this video here of picture quality as well as how well does it take a tumble. I quite literally tumbled this here, but as you can tell, typical watertight box. Now, I haven't had a GoPro in quite some time. I can't remember exactly how many buttons a GoPro has, but I do distinctly know that most of the mounting hardware you got with this here will probably be compatible with a GoPro. There might just be one thing I'm not 100% sure of. I don't remember whether it has 2 side buttons, but typical one front one, that is GoPro, top one GoPro, and I could only remember one, I can't remember 2, but typical procedure with it. Open it up like that. Water tightness, apparently this is watertight to 30 meters. I don't know about you, I ain't going 30 meters deep in water, but you know, if you're the kind of hardcore person to do that, you know, apparently this is meant to be able to do it. Whether you do or not, that's a different one. But at that price, even if it wasn't capable of doing it, it's cheap enough just to replace. And that's the thing with it. I mean, for what you're getting, a good enough camera, and I will have pieces of video snipped onto it for picture quality. Having in mind, I am running it at 1080p. The reason why I'm running it at 1080p is recording seems to be fine, but playing it back on here 4K seems to struggle a little bit. It seems to struggle playing back 4K. It seems to be alright recording it, just playing it back it's a bit also, I haven't really noticed a huge picture quality benefit difference between 4K and not. In fact, it seemed a little bit more grainy. It seems to be low light situation with the 4K. But 1080p, whether you got 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. 4K, I know it's advertised as a 4K camera, but if you're not, how would you put it? It can do 4K, but it's probably not the best at it. But yet again, thinking about it, it is a quarter of the cost of the lowest range GoPro cam. Just the standard GoPro is 199 quid. This here on offer was 38, or as standard it's 48 quid, and you can't complain with it. It does the job perfectly fine. It takes a beating, doesn't matter if it's moisture. I mean, when I took it to the woods, there was moisture build up in there. Whether it's meant to happen or not, that's a different one, but the camera worked fine. Picture quality with the mud, grass and stuff like that, fine. Sound quality inside the box, acceptable. I expect the sound to be muffled and stuff like that. The two batteries that which I included, oh yeah, I forgot, it comes with a charge cable, you know, typical USB cable, but as such, you know, you can't really fault it. I mean, the attachment hardware itself is sturdy enough. I mean, I'm holding from the attachment assembly here on the vehicle. There's more flex in the body of this vehicle than it is from the assembly holding it. So you can't say that the mountain hardware is crap. It's great. The camera itself is perfectly fine until you reach 4K and low light. But you know, I've got a Sony flagship phone and it struggles too, and that's nearly £800 of a phone, so you can't complain about the picture quality on this. Giving it a kid or that, fine. To smash it, it's fine, get another one. You can buy 4 of these for the price of a GoPro. So on that note, I will come to the end of that one. Like I say, I'll snip in a video section of the tumble with some picture quality comparison. Hopefully I don't degrade it. And yeah, so on that note, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Do like and subscribe. Keeping in mind, I have got another video coming because I've done one of a engine kit unboxing, and I've done a quick review of a American Cruiser. Tie the two together, I'll have a review of a 80cc engine powered push bike coming up soon. So yes, even so, I don't upload a lot these days. Never mind. Yeah, don't forget, like, subscribe, and cheerio. Catch you next time.